Welcome to DRX Reporting and Presets. So we're going to have to run some reports here. Under prescription, we'll go to find, and we'll narrow down to the specific prescriptions that we need to find. And I might look for a specific time frame. So for instance, maybe I'll look for a specific fill date or a specific sold date. Now, for the purposes of what we're doing today and setting up these presets, it doesn't really matter what report we run. We just need a report to work from. So I'm going to say, let's find any prescriptions filled in December. Now, if you're going to be using this for beacon reporting, you'll probably want to pick a specific sold date set, so maybe a 1 week's worth or even a day's worth. And you'll likely want to pick an item tag. You may have tagged your items as rebate, for instance. That would be reasonable. We'll go ahead and hit search. We'll get our report results, and we'll go ahead and click View Report. Top line is always the most recently run report you can see here along the left. And so we'll go ahead and hit View Report. Now, if we're going to use this for beacon reporting, you'll see that these columns do not match specifically what beacon needs. And so we're going to have to narrow down what columns we use, what results we're given. Now, we could go and start building out that report manually by hand, but we've already done that work. And what you can do instead is upload a preset. So if you've already built a report, or if someone else has built a report, you can upload that report preset to those specific column headers here. And we're just going to go ahead and click Upload Preset. We'll choose a file. And your file is going to look something like this, right? It's just a .json file here. And if you need this report preset, feel free to reach out here to DRX support and we can get you that. And you'll see that we'll get each of those column headers required for beacon reporting. Now, the one adjustment we're going to have to make, and now we're going to make this preset ours, is this pharmacy ID. So beacon doesn't need pharmacy ID. Pharmacy ID is an internal DRX concept, but they do need your 340B ID. So what we can do is we can actually edit this column, and we're going to click this little pen and paper icon here, or this rather hamburger icon. We're going to change the alias of this column. So what is this column? It's going to be 340B ID. And then we're going to populate it with static data. And this is where you would plug in your actual 340B ID. Here I'm just putting in the set of numbers as our demonstration. And I'll hit set here. And you'll see this column has completely changed. Now, since that's static information, we can go ahead and do that here. The last thing we'll want to do is we're going to go ahead and save this new preset. And we'll give it a name. We're going to call it Beacon Report. We'll hit save. And now if I were to ever run another report, let's say it's the following week, and I want to see all my prescriptions sold from this date onward, for instance. Or let's take this date here, for instance. Right, I can now go and edit columns, and instead I can select my new beacon report here if I can find it. And there it is, and you'll see it'll already pre-populate that data. Hope this helps.